Welcome. This is the Global Summit House podcast. Catch power interviews and discussions with influential, inspiring, and powerful people. Explore what's possible by tuning into this podcast with our all-new The Writers Project episodes, featuring one of the world's most inspired thinkers and writers. Visit our website at www.globalsummithouse.com.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a pleasant evening. Today, we will be having a special guest on our show today. This is Augustus Vaughn. And today I would like to, you guys are in for a treat today. You guys have a really amazing, work out there that's working on our behalf as a people. Today we have a great inspirational author, and she's based in Israel. Alrighty. She is helping people during COVID, in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of the shutdowns. And if you know anything about Israel and the shutdowns out there and the politics alone, you guys are in for a treat. I would like to introduce to you guys today Miss Batya Shemesh. Greetings, Miss Batya.
Hi.
Are you how's things going for you this day?
Very good. It's beautiful out here.
That's good. That's good.
The sun is shining. We had a great day.
That's good. That's good. So first of all, before we get into the work, we know that we were talking before we got online here. You have books in the work. Let's but before we get into those books, would you like to introduce yourself to the people? Tell the people a bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi. My name is Batya Shemesh. I've been working with my community for about almost 30 years. Started, I was young. I was about 28. I got, I guess, a gift from God. I just filled with inspiration, and I started giving, healing powers, and I started helping people and healing them and giving them vitamins and minerals. And we're in a country where at the time, which is talking about in the 80s, they didn't know anything. They didn't know about vitamin C or vitamin E or anything, even basic things, basic nutrition. So I helped a lot of people who were like really poor financially and knowledge-wise and nutritionally. So I have these people that are still loyal to me for all these years. I'm treating their children and their grandchildren. Because we're usually working with the Orthodox community in Israel. They have a lot of kids, and they're being really hit hard with this pandemic. It's very hard. So there's a lot of work now, and of course, doing a lot of stuff over the phone, and I have people selling products, and we have to help them. And people are staying out of hospitals. People are right now afraid to even go to a hospital. So we're doing a lot of home healing with herbs and essential oils and vitamins, and getting people okay, and preventing. Whoever knows me beforehand is taking stuff just to prevent it. But before that, the reason they're running to me in such a state is because they know me already. Everybody knows me. They trust me. For many years, I've just been their point of reference. Like, people go to all kinds of healers, all kinds of doctors, and they come back to Batya. always come back to me because I have this character that I don't make people afraid, and I don't charge them just for making a phone call, and I usually try not to forget them. So they come back to me and said, oh, this doctor told me this. Oh, I went to him. I'm sorry, I went to him. I should have come back to you. You know, what should I do? What should I take this medicine? The doctor told me, shouldn't I take it?
Yeah.
It's like I'm not totally against medicine either, because sometimes you need medicine. We're trying to keep it balanced. And that also is keeping me going for all these years, because I'm not just one-track mind. You have to really be very, very clinical, very scientific, and see when medicine is appropriate, when you don't have to take medicine. And therefore, but the main thing is that I'm blessed. I can feel the people. I feel what they, I feel what they have. And now that we have this, we could do the phone, the Zooms, so I can see them over the phone. So that's better. If I see the face, it's much better. I can tune into them better. But usually people come to me and I check their eyes, their tongue, feel them, give them healing. But right now we're in a crisis, so we have to do things, whatever we can do. And, having more patience, because I know how serious the situation is. You need a lot of patience now for everyone. So before this happened, I had a period of time I was in the States, and I had some time, and I wrote my books. I wrote 4 books, but right now two of them are completed. One is named God Meets the World, and the other is Choose Life. Choose Life is about my journey of healing, how I myself was very sick, and I just had to cry out to God to heal me, but I had a stomach ache. I had severe stomach pain. I didn't want to just get better. I didn't want to get better magically. I said to God, please heal me. And I want to know how I got better. Yeah. Because I want to help other people.
Wow. So
and I
so
figured
with
it
Choose
out.
Life,
they're just trying all different foods. Yeah.
Wow. So with Choose Life, that's an amazing. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's an amazing story. With Choose Life, just to kind of dig into that. You've shared a lot just now. This is a beautiful story. This is a beautiful ministry that you have here, because we know not too many people can do what you're doing right now. But with Choose Life, how would you say that actually, not necessarily show or display your work specifically, but how would this delegate to what other people can actually do?
So I'm teaching you this, because the Choose Life is a book that actually, I actually teach the readers. It can be a book of reference, but I'm actually teaching how to understand the whole world of natural medicine in a whole sense. In other words, why does this work? Why does one person work if they stop eating rice and pasta? They get better, and another one gets better if they stop eating meat and they eat tons of pasta. And somehow it all works because everybody's different. And I put it all together. So I'm comparing the yin and yang theory, the Chinese medicine, and I give all the list of all the Chinese, all the foods, what's yin and what's yang. And I teach you about acid and alkaline. They explain. So the person could learn and actually help other people from it. If somebody really studies this book well, they can help others. It also has lots of herbs that I use. I put in whatever I put in there as herbal healers are the stuff that have worked like thousands of times. I know it works. I don't have to no trial, never. Any things that are sometimes yes, sometimes no, I didn't put in the book.
Is there any
stuff that really works?
Is there any way, by any chance, that we could get a sample of a couple of those herbs, of some of those herbs?
Yeah,
that
everything,
you have mentioned
whatever any place. It's totally and any you can get. And I put in the herbs that are totally for sale all over the place. For sale on any Amazon and any vitamin company. I just put in some basic herbs that nobody knows what they do. And you can help all kinds of things that you would never even believe that you could help, like cystic ovaries.
Are some of these?
You could help with table.
What are some of these herbs?
For instance, somebody has polycystic ovaries, which they totally think that they can't help with, but there's a herb for it called witch hazel, which you think witch hazel is an astringent, but the whole herb, it just gets rid of it. It gets rid of cysts from the ovaries. It gets rid of cysts from other places also.
Wow.
There's herbs like paldiarco that clean the blood. There are herbs that help the anemia, severe anemia. Sometimes iron doesn't help. It just goes right out of the system. So we need to take nettle, and we need to take blood builders. There's Rahmania, they're Chinese blood builders that can really make a difference. And it's like 100%. It works.
Wow.
Such miracles. And I put in there, so we have a list of herbs and what they do. We have a list of ailments and what they do. But it's not like just in another book that it's just book stuff. I only put in that I know it works. A lot of these books are just copying from other books. I'm not copying from other books. I'm just copying from what I know it has results. And I have all this nutritional stuff that I told you that it's not, these books that you buy a book and it has a diet. I don't have a book with a diet because I explain that there is no one diet. It depends on the climate, depends on the weather, depends on the disease. The diseases are hot and cold, as well as the climate is hot and cold. The hot disease, like high blood pressure, is not going to be the same as a child who keeps on getting colds all the time, which is a cold disease, and that's why we call it a cold. They knew these things. They used to know these things. That's why they called it a cold. But we lost a lot of the traditional ways of healing along the way.
Okay.
In the dark ages, a lot of stuff was lost. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so with Choose Life, so saying someone that's listening and they're saying, wow, this is great, this is amazing what's happening in Israel right now, what this young lady is doing in Israel, and this book sounds amazing. But for the listeners that's saying, what would this do for me? What would you say to them?
Yeah, first of all, I was going to make you understand and believe that God knew about our situation of nutrition, what's going to be, and I show in the Bible. I show in the Bible hints of how the Bible says that you shouldn't eat sugar and white flour, for instance. I have a Bible quote. It says that you can't eat the it's like the blood of grapes, the sugar. Because it says there also liquor and the blood of grapes. The blood of grapes is not liquor because it says liquor also. And it says also about fat and that Jeshurun became fat and he kicked. In those days, being fat was an asset. It wasn't a negative thing. But Moses said that it's going to be a negative thing to be fat in the future. So I bring in things from the Bible first to show that whoever says, oh, it doesn't matter, God will heal me, it's not true. Because already we have hints in the Bible that we need to take care of what we eat. And I bring over those verses, a couple of chapters, and I then go on to compare it to Chinese medicine and to modern nutritional medicine. So it's very good for everybody because you start understanding. You go to the supermarket, you start understanding. Wait a second, it's winter now. It's not a good idea to eat watermelon because it's going to make me too cold. And even if I'm a vegetarian, if it's minus 20 degrees outside, I better get some meat in me so I don't freeze to death.
Right.
You start understanding what's going on instead of just being one-track minded. So you can open your horizons totally, open your mind to understand what's going on.
Wow, that is amazing. So understanding this, what brought you onto the journey of helping people with this wisdom from God, which me and Brother Marcus Hart, we discuss often the wisdom of God. We we're our listeners, they should be privy of the topic by now. But for you to use this wisdom of God for health in particular, how did this journey start for you?
So I was I was very, very poor, very, very poor. I had 2 little children, and my husband was in all kinds of crazy money situations. And I just was crying to God, I should have a bed for my son. He was like sleeping on a mattress on the floor, a 3-year-old kid, because he grew out of his crib. And I just crying to God, and I just said, I see you don't want to give him money, so just give me money directly. I don't know how to give him money because I wasn't working. But I said, I know you're a guy, just to figure it out, So I don't know, a few weeks later, I just got all kind of pictures and messages, and I write the whole details of the story in the book. I mean, I have other books also. I have another book called Who's God, which I write in detail. And when I touched people, I had friends, because Israel at the time, especially then, people were very, very friendly. So you just try it, So I try to touch someone, and I see what's inside their body, and I see what's going on, like an X-ray. But I didn't just take it as that, because I opened the book. I got a message to open the book, and it said in that book that you have to. It was like you open a book and you see the answers. What does God want to tell you? Open a book, see what page it comes out on, and it just said there you have to learn. The more you learn, the more you'll know. So I went to courses. I went to learn. I went to learn healing. I went to learn the science of stuff, the herbs. I already was into natural medicine before. Like I believed in it, but I didn't know enough. But I went to courses. I just started learning like crazy. And people came to me like crazy also, because I took very little money. I had, and people were already then were, you wanting help already then, so I started helping people, and people started getting, my name started getting around.
Wow. That is amazing.
I didn't yeah, I didn't write books till after like 20 years of experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So,
and then I started saying I'm gonna, I want to connect it to the other book. What happened was, once I started realizing that I have this gift, I said, wait a second, I should use this to learn Bible.
Wow.
And then I remarried, because my husband then really was, I was right, that God didn't want to give him money because he didn't like him. He was very nasty. And I remarried, thank God, to a wonderful man, to a psychologist. And we wanted to learn together. And I started getting much more insights into the Bible.
Wow.
And then I started reading, after years of studying with him, he started understanding things that are not, that they're clear. They're clear in the Bible, but nobody notices it.
Wow.
And that, this book.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
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 So the book, Who is God? No, the book Who is God is different. The book God Meets the World. The book Who is God is more basic about what happened to me and about understanding who God is. And the book God Meets the World is about what happened, about the Ten Commandments. That this idea that the Ten Commandments is a message to the world, not a message only to the Israelites.
Wow.
And everybody, even people who are atheists, know it in their soul. You don't have to tell them. Nobody is shocked from that idea. Every single person's soul knows that the Ten Commandments are for them. Everybody knows it.
Wow. So
somehow you're born knowing it.
Yeah, so knowing that everyone knows.
I saw it in black and white.
Yeah. So knowing that's amazing.
The Ten Commandments are important.
That's amazing. So knowing that everyone knows
what the Ten Commandments mean.
Yes. Knowing that everyone knows this and knowing that everyone is aware just innately on the inside of them, and knowing that you've put these wonderful books out, which we might have to have you on again soon so that you can go in more depth on this. But just wrapping this up, what would you like to tell the listeners that are intrigued, for those that may not be intrigued, just within the last couple of minutes that we have here? What would you like to tell them about getting your books, about getting this information, and about getting this information from God, just within the last couple of minutes that we have here?
So we have, the books are on Amazon. It's the Choose Life and God Meets the World. And I also have a website about author Batya Shemesh. If you go to author Batya Shemesh, I have a website, and I talk about myself, and I have beautiful videos. And if you type in God Meets the World, you can find videos about me on the YouTube. I have some interviews on the YouTube, so you can see me. You can see me talking to my friends who interviewed me.
Great. And where can the people find you?
To buy is on. If you just write God Meets the World, type in Batya Shemesh. Batya Shemesh.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 2 channels, I guess. If you write author Batya Shemesh.
Great.
Or Batya Shemesh by itself, or God Meets the World by itself. All those 3 things, you're going to get all different kinds of videos. You're going to be busy because I have all kinds of stuff. I have interesting stuff going on.
Great. So Ms. Batya Shemesh, we thank you so much for the great work that you're doing. We would love to have you on again, and we thank you for coming. So people, there you have it. This is Augustus Vaughn with Ms. Batya Shemesh, and you guys get that information, and you guys have a blessed, wonderful day. Stay wise.
You've reached the end of another episode of the Global Summit House podcast. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Podbean, iHeartRadio, iTunes, or Google Play. Connect with us at globalsummithouse.com. See you on the next episode.